This is Stu out at 33 Murney. Just by this hill feature. It gets kind of San Francisco-y in Belleville. Very minor scale, but it's kind of a fun element of the town. And you're right close to that. We're further south than our last Murney viewing, and the neighborhood seems like it's got signs of renovations and improvements, which is fun. So it'll hit here before anywhere else. This home itself, of course, has been renovated. We've got our driveway here with 3 spots. We're on AC, forced air for heat, little privacy fence into a decked area, which is nice. Got our painted stucco, awning, some fixtures. A little bit of all the right stuff has been done. We'll look inside where things aren't quite perfect, but maybe it's just right for the price. I've created this little suggested hot tub area there. I don't know if you could have a full-on hot tub there with just the deck. Usually you have to have a concrete pad under. A little fire table, awning. Nice little things to have included though. Little garden there. Things are a little messy from I'm guessing some plowing efforts or something. The gravel's just been pulled up, but this probably cleans up a lot nicer. Nice profile and finishes on the front there. Flashing's a little loose, but otherwise looking pretty good. Into foyer types here. Probably not super heated in here, but probably not the worst spot to have some coats and boots. Your panels in here, 100 amp. A little bit of room left. That's the outside light. Coming inside, kind of a large hallway. I mean, it's possible you could mock a little dining room in here. It's kind of what would be missing on the floor plan. Into the kitchen for 1 person, 2 people, probably tons of space. You can definitely work and get around someone. Maybe you can fit a little breakfast bar here. Be kind of fun as long as the chairs can push in. We've got some okay finishes here, like real tile, imitation on the countertop, but it's got a nice effect to it. Decent sink and fixture, new appliances. Decent amount of cabinetry. Feels pretty clean in here. There's a couple little things I would note that are just slightly off, but I think with the home being completely vacant and nothing in here, it's really hard to see how hard it would be to trick someone's eye, because there's so many homes I see that aren't perfect, and with all the furniture and stuff in there, you totally accept it for what it is. We've got a rear entrance here where you could just come in through the back off that deck there, if that was more convenient for you. A peek out. Otherwise, this is where you would come out from your kitchen for barbecues or all the rest of it. It is a good sized deck actually, so to entertain back there, you've got good utility, and there's almost virtually no upkeep. Just a bit of lawn at the front. Got our bathroom here. There is a hatch to the basement right there, so I don't know if that's going to be breezy or what, because you do have your shower right there. I don't feel any draft coming, but it is almost 10 degrees outside right now. Clean enough shower panel there. I think that's just some soap product. You can see where I made a note outside about some things that aren't quite perfect inside. Just there's a bit of whitewashing happening here where the person finishing the home kind of just went over some of what was already happening in here with some white paint. I think that it's pretty cosmetic though. There's probably ways to at least improve what it looks like without having to go to the studs and re-drywalling and stuff. The floors are flat enough. They're not perfect, but I did get a chance to go down in the crawl space and examine the Joist structure, not amazing, but I think that for the age of the home, a home inspector won't give it too hard of a time. You're going to be living comfortably here, just with some squeaky floors. Hey, got our washer and dryer in here. So a lot going on in this small space, but I think it's all doable. And let's carry on. Sorry. Plumbing access. Sorry, I usually have everything figured out before I start filming. Back out into our conceptual dining area. Do keep in mind as we view this third bedroom, maybe this creates a dining room for you. There's a little closet in there. Maybe this is your primary bedroom, and upstairs is all your studio stuff. I just love, actually I'm not gonna turn my phone sideways because that doesn't work. Just love the view coming out here across the softwood floor there with its nice finish. A bit of an archway into the living room. The floors are a little choppy looking. I don't know how to quite describe it. I'll just kind of zoom in here. But there's like little cracks and there's tons of nails going through there. I'm positive it's all like soft and clean to the touch and done right. But that floor is close to the end of its life. So if you were living here for like 15 years or so, it might not survive. Things are a little better in here where it's less trafficked. Some taste of fixtures here. But yeah, good sized living room. I'm imagining a couch over on one of these north or south walls. And a TV, I guess, could be mounted. That would be over the windows though. I guess if you're looking across, so if I was sitting on a couch right here looking across, that would be a fine space to have a built-in TV, and all the cabinets and stuff would probably look great. Pretty much all your fixtures have been redone. They really thought of things in that regard. Still a couple of things that weren't quite to perfection, but maybe this is stuff that you can easily just hit with a bit of DAP and paint white or something. Underneath the stairs here, I was wondering if that was potentially enough space for a little powder room. I think with a low profile toilet and one of those sinks that are just unbelievably tiny, you could make a little powder room in there. I've seen them fit into smaller spaces. Nice and bright in here, lots of windows. None of them appear to be super new, but none of them appear to have like terrible seals on them. That's one that an inspector might be able to clock. I've got a 1991 on this one. I don't like to get too down on them unless the inspector does, so we'll leave that for them. Observation made. We've got our sort of trim product here. You can see a little bit more, just little things that might kind of bother you on the day-to-day, but I don't see why you can't just get in here and scrape it and know that maybe it's not 100% as turnkey as it feels in the listing, but not far away from being great for you. We do have a little bit of sloping in the floors here. Ceiling height's not super high. I'm detecting some kind of odor cover-up. I can't tell what it was. There was a chance it was maybe cigarette smoke or something, but in general, the product they're using to cover it up is just not a good smell. Odo band. I don't know what that's all about. Don't love it. It's very washroom smelly. Like truck stop washroom smelly. We've got what they're kind of proposing to be a double closet on the floor plans there. That could be a huge closet. It's nicely appointed right outside what is potentially the primary bedroom. For up here, it definitely would be if you weren't going to choose downstairs. Couple more little things that aren't super big deals at all, but It might get to the point where you might want to just hire someone. It probably wouldn't be a huge job to come and just finish up some of that. We also have this interesting space here too, where this could be a large walk-in as well. Maybe it's a big storage space, but there's electricity and everything in there. This room is larger than the other one I proposed to be primary, but it is sloping roofs here. So I'm 5'10", and it's probably like 3 or maybe 4 inches above me in the center line here. So there's not a lot of room to throw yourself around. Not a lot of electricity in here either. I just see that one receptacle. So this room, you might want to be a bit more careful about what you choose to do in here. And especially with that receptacle being there, it's the most handy spot in the world. A little bit of carpet from yesteryear down there. Probably doesn't smell great. So I don't know if potentially with this person clearly having renovation skills, maybe there's some requests to be made before closing. Floor vent right there in the room too isn't super handy. So overall, I love the level of attention to finish they put in here, in terms of like everything being touched, but almost everything has a little bit of something about it. So I just wanted to comment on that. Like I said, I think once you have all your furniture and stuff in here, it'll all just kind of melt away into the scenery. But that is the full tour of 33 Murney. Thank you.